Happy New Year, everybody. Richard Seller here with our first video blog of 2020. As the clock struck midnight, major changes to the employment law world where employers are still not up to speed and ready for the change. What happened is, as of January 1st, 2020, over 1.3 additional Americans are now entitled to overtime pay based upon how much they're paid. Let me break the law down quickly for you. Before the clock struck midnight, if you made $455 a week in a guaranteed salary and acted as a manager or an administrator who could hire or fire or schedule or make decisions by using independent discretion and judgment, if you made at least $455 in a salary and did these duties, you weren't entitled to overtime. It was around 24 grand a year. That has now been increased. So here's what that means. Let me just get the numbers right because I always mess this up. So now you have to make at least $684 a week in a guaranteed salary and be able to hire and fire and schedule and make independent decisions and exercise discretion for your employer not to have to pay you overtime. So let me say it backwards. If you make less than the $684 a week in salary, you are entitled to overtime. And it used to be $455. So employers are not ready for this change. So you may be working for an employer who hasn't read the news, who hasn't consulted with the lawyer. And now, even though you weren't entitled to overtime in 19, you're now entitled to it in 20 moving forward. So while they're sleeping and sticking their head in the sand, you should know your rights. So start keeping track of your overtime hours. If you're making less than $684 a week in guaranteed salary, you're now entitled to overtime. This is a big win for employees across the United States, and it applies in each of the states because it's a federal law. So, important recap. First of all, Happy New Year. Hope everybody wasn't super hungover. But when that clock struck midnight, as of January 1st, 2020, major change in employment law that hasn't occurred in over 15 years. It's there now. So now you're entitled to overtime if you meet the criteria. Pay attention. As I always tell my clients, keep your head on a swivel. Welcome back to 2020. Looking forward to sharing as much as I can with you in this upcoming decade. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me, richard@floridaovertimelawyer.com. Check us out on YouTube. Go to our website. Always happy to answer questions. Hope you guys are having a great start. Be well.